Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We take incredible sources, pull out the best bits, and, well, share them with you. Today, we're going on a pretty wild ride, honestly. Pulling back the curtain on the universe, looking at ideas about life beyond Earth that might just challenge, well, everything you thought you knew. Our main source. It's this amazing audio travelogue, like a first-hand account from someone on an interstellar trip. And our mission today is to dig into some really surprising stuff. Interdimensional realities, advanced civilizations, even cosmic justice, and what it all means for humanity's future. All through the eyes of this Earth observer on an alien ship.
Yeah, it's quite the source. We're really exploring what it means to be, truly informed about existence on a scale we hardly ever think about.
Right.
We'll be looking at the very nature of matter, the ethics around super advanced tech, and how the universe itself seems to work like this huge system of cause and effect.
Okay, let's dive right in. This idea that whole civilizations could be right here, like in our solar system, but we just can't see them. The source says Earth's matter is very dense. That affects our bodies, obviously.
Right, but it contrasts that with other worlds. Some are compatible, density-wise, but others, they have a slightly different molecular structure to density, and that's why they're undetectable by our current tech. It's why our probes, do not find life in the solar system.
So it's not about psychic powers or anything?
No, not according to this. It's about the basic physics, the vibration of the matter itself, a difference in frequency, fundamentally. It's fascinating, really. Physics meets, well, maybe metaphysics.
Okay, so that leads us to their tech. Inside the spacecraft. It wasn't what you'd expect, was it?
Not at all. Surprisingly simple. The command center just had only 2 reclining anatomical chairs. That's it.
But then there's the hypercommunicator. This thing sounds incredible.
It really does. An advanced computer, a universal communicator. You access it just by thinking. Real-time chat with other ships, home worlds, light years away.
But how's it powered?
Get this. Its waves radiate through starlight. Starlight, that's the ship's main power source, too.
Wow, so it's like a galactic internet.
Pretty much, yeah. A galactic-scale communication network fed by all these connected civilizations.
But how do you actually see the info? No screens.
Right. It's wild. Through connectors implanted in our eyes in one of the optic nerves. So you see the information not on screens, but simply in front of us. Your own mind projects it.
Mind-bending.
Yeah.
And there was something else. The limbic zone.
Ah, yes, the limbic zone. Described as a neural network, but also a special interdimensional zone. Think of it like a cosmic cloud drive, maybe. A blend of thought currents and a galactic database. Stores knowledge, scientific, metaphysical, philosophical, from loads of different space peoples.
So who gets access to all this? Is it open?
That's a key point. No, it's restricted. Very strict conditions, actually. You have to be a civilization that's reached the astronautics stage interstellar travel capable, right? And this is crucial. You must have established harmony in their home systems.
Harmony at home. Why is that so important?
Yeah. To prevent misuse. Imagine that knowledge in the hands of a society still caught up in war or internal conflict. The source says it's to stop it being used to amass power, riches, and dominion over others. Makes sense, really.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And that ties into their idea of wealth, doesn't it? It's not about gold or resources.
Not at all. In these peaceful worlds, wealth is just quality of life and nothing more. That's the quote. Their goals are different. Mental, of conquest, of knowledge and wisdom. They want partnerships to eradicate ignorance, fear, and war.
So wealth is about what you contribute to a whole cosmic community.
Exactly. It's about specialization. Like, take those beings from Lyra the source mentions.
Oh, the little ones, right. Humanoid, but only like 40 centimeters tall.
Yeah, almost childlike, with fins below their arms and a crest on their heads.
And their greatest wealth, medicine.
Precisely. Saving lives. They're auxiliaries on all the ships, apparently. Unmatched experts in astral and energetic physiology.
But they struggle with other things.
Completely. Numbers, math, philosophy, almost insoluble problems for them. Yet they're indispensable because of their skill with pathogenic elements, their competence and rigor. It really shows how different strengths make the whole system work.
Okay, so after learning all this, the actual journey starts and the perspective shift. Seeing Earth and Mars differently.
Right. Lifting off the moon, just a slight movement. Earth looked like a shining pearl.
But then looking at Earth at night, that was unexpected. These spiritual cities.
Yeah, whose brightness resembled constellations covering the whole planet, radiating light, described as caravans and legions traveling from these astral cities to human ones to give strength and aid. quite a visual.
Then they head to Mars, the red planet where terrestrial scientists say there is no life.
And bam! Totally different from the photos. A huge, superb city right below them.
The explanation being?
Etheric matter. Matter with a different density, a different vibration. That's the answer for not finding life on Mars with our gear.
So again, our instruments are just tuned to our reality.
Exactly. It highlights the potential for, well, parallel realities right here in our system. We're just not equipped to see them yet.
And this Martian city, it has history.
A deep one. The city, its pyramids, even a bigger sphinx. They're the work of the Anunnaki. Remember them from other sources. Their base on Mars was apparently reactivated recently. It is fully functional. The city itself, built by technicians from an even older civilization.
Wow, okay, so after Mars, the asteroid belt.
Yeah, what remained of the fifth planet of the system. The commander actually slowed the ship down so they could observe.
And the feeling there was intense.
Very. A sense of anguish. The source compares it to visiting Nazi concentration camps or cities hit by atomic bombs. You could almost feel the history exuded by those sidereal ruins, vibrating with the screams and groans of millions killed thousands of years ago.
And some aliens actually study this place.
They do, using tech like our psychometry, reading the history from objects. They go on excursions there to learn.
That's incredible. But it leads to a warning for us, doesn't it?
A serious one. All those radio waves from Earth, from the First World War, and with increasing intensity along the other bloody conflicts, they're being picked up out there.
They don't just hear them.
No, they see images of what is happening.
Oh boy.
And the danger is this attracts attention. This is a very great risk, the source warns. Warrior peoples who have achieved remarkable technological advancement but still have an impetus for conquest could be drawn to Earth by these conflict vibrations.
Can you imagine broadcasting our worst moments across the galaxy? Okay, that's sobering.
And it doesn't stop there. Further out, Jupiter's moons, Ganymede, Europa, Saturn's moon, Titan, they have sidereal bases, refueling stops, places to stage for approaching Earth.
But Ganymede had a darker history. Something about abductions.
Yes, a disturbing part of the account. Ganymede was once used by one or another race of beings interested exclusively in scientific research. And apparently, they even took people from your world who were abducted.
Seriously.
Yeah.
What did the crew, the guides, think about that?
They strongly disapproved. They said, "We managed to disarticulate these laboratories, as we judged it an unthinkable or inadmissible attitude for advanced beings." They apparently rescued some abductees, rerouted them, and even eliminated from their minds a good chunk of what they remembered.
But that race, they're still around.
According to the source, yes. Such a race, which still proceeds this way today, has 2 or 3 representatives on your planet. And one of them supposedly maintains contact with one of the terrestrial governments, exchanging information and technology.
Hidden alliances. Wow. That raises huge ethical questions, doesn't it? Advanced races interacting with us. Responsibility.
Absolutely. Which brings us neatly to the next major part of this journey. These worlds of re-education. Exploring cosmic justice, karma.
Right, this is the expedition's main goal, wasn't it? Figuring out where to send spirits being banished from Earth.
Exactly. Determining which types of experiences and which re-educational processes each group of spirits should encounter.
Because it's not one size fits all. Different crimes against humanity, different karmic needs.
Precisely. Can't send them all to the same place. There's a great variety of beings. It's like a cosmic sorting hat, but for, well, learning lessons.
Okay, so the first re-education world they visited was called Lugar. What was it like?
Picture this. Red planet. Truly wild, like Earth billions of years ago. Atmosphere very heavy, winds over 5 bar, that's immense pressure, and a greenhouse climate, like Venus. Lots of mountains and swamps, nasty carnivorous plants, and extremely dangerous, grotesque animals, like an 8-legged thing with 8 feet and a monster head.
Sounds charming. What about the air?
Bad. Ammonia with other gases alien to Earth's nature. Surface is mostly iron oxides, hence the red color, plus some unknown mineral giving off radiation affecting everything.
And who lives there? Or who's going to live there?
Well, the native intelligent species are these reptilian humanoids. Over 1 million of them, 1.5 to 1.7 meters tall, no hair, protuberant eyes, prominent heads, rudimentary language. It shows, as the source says, in each one, evolution has chosen a different species.
Okay, but who from Earth gets sent there?
This place is deemed appropriate to spirits who treated the environment disrespectfully. Those who caused wide destruction to Earth's life system. Whether it was corporates making a fortune at any cost, or politicians and governments who omitted themselves consented in exchange for deals.
So the punishment fits the crime, sort of.
More like the lesson fits the crime. The struggle for survival will take everything they have for several millennia. They'll have to fight arduously to feed themselves, learn the value of an ecosystem, perhaps.
And the psychological shock, having to reincarnate as reptilians.
Yeah, the source suggests that for people who thought they were the smartest, the best, seeing themselves in the eminence of reincarnating as reptilian beings should produce a formidable impact on their minds. Their values will be turned upside down.
And there was something else happening there. Other aliens.
Right at the end, yeah. 2 other alien ships were detected heading towards Lagar. The concern was they might be unscrupulous researchers looking to colonize or impose a new culture on the incoming Earth exiles. Adds another layer of complexity.
Okay, so after the environmental destroyers world, where next?
Next up was a world described as a theocratic tyranny, industrialized but culturally stuck. Bit bigger than Mars, poor atmosphere from industry and religious wars. Cities are chaotic, factories pumping out toxic, thick smoke. Air so polluted, breathing is almost painful.
Sounds grim. Who runs this place?
It was colonized by aliens who see themselves as missionaries of a supposed god. But their deity is merely the union of beings with enormous power of persuasion, who've basically controlled the population for millennia. It's a theocratic government demanding constant tributes metal, a special crystal. And they actively suppress science, repudiates and impedes any more expressive scientific development to keep people ignorant and controllable.
What's daily life like there?
Terrible. Religion is law. Disobey. Immediate death. There's a rigid curfew. People hardly know what leisure means. Fertility's way down. A sacred curia controls every tiny detail of life. It's called consented slavery, a tyranny of a high degree. No individual liberties. Elders, once unproductive, are cremated or sanitized.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What do the people look like?
Humanoid shape, but very different. Head very flattened, eyes arranged laterally, thin slit mouth with a few teeth showing. About 1.3 meters tall, scaly skin that oozes something sticky, and their mindset is completely different. The source notes that for them, Earth humans aren't the standard of beauty, and concepts like freedom of expression, freedom of the press, and religious freedom are totally alien.
So who from Earth ends up here?
This is the destination for those humans who abused religious power, the fundamentalists, the dominators of minds through religious dogmas, also dictators and tyrants who claim to determine aspects of private and intimate life. The idea is here they'll learn to respect the right of liberty and expression, the right of each one to worship the divinity they choose, by experiencing the extreme opposite.
Experiencing total control to learn the value of freedom. Intense. Was there a third world?
Yes, Eli. Larger than Earth, rotates eccentrically and extraordinarily fast. Surface is almost mountainless, because the atmosphere, pressure, and gravity are both elevated, hot too, average 40 degrees C, due to huge water reservoirs.
And the inhabitants?
Described as vaguely, very vaguely human-like. Over 2 meters tall, slender, almost fragile, 2 legs but 4 arms. Scaly skin, 3 eyes distributed on the temples gives them wide vision, and this weird organ on their nape, like nerve endings that swell up.
What are they like, culturally or intellectually?
They struggle with math, physics, chemistry. They live this curious type of existence, relying on constant work just to maintain artificial life support, tech that they inherited, but never managed to understand.
So, constant maintenance just to survive. Who is this world for?
It's seen as the ideal environment for those spirits who despised all natural resources of a wonderful world like Earth, the resource wasters. They're also described as not peaceful, almost like energy vampires, sucking the energy reserves of whoever is in that path.
So the lesson here is,
The relentless work, the need for constant discipline to maintain their own life, is meant to teach them the fundamental value of life itself, something they presumably took for granted or abused.
okay, 3 very different worlds, 3 very specific lessons. Were there others?
They were about to visit another one when they got recalled. Briefly described, though. Sounded nasty. Grotesque ravines, violent storms, radioactive atmosphere, nearly permanent twilight.
And the inhabitants?
Called Nomag. Stocky, more eyes than tentacles, not at all civilized, living underground in labyrinths, ruled by a dictatorial regime, cruelty, fundamentalism, no freedoms. They apparently even practice cannibalism, take advantage of the flesh of their dead and consume it, considering it a delicacy.
Good grief. And who was that world intended for?
Seems similar to the theocratic world's intake, but maybe amplified. Dictators and tyrants who claim to determine aspects of private and intimate life, and those who impose regimes of fear and terror.
But they didn't get to study it properly.
No. Just as they were preparing, the expedition got interrupted. An urgent call from the base back on the moon.
Why? What was happening?
Emergency situations in our world. The source specifically mentions the Islamic State ISO and the growing danger of nuclear war back on Earth.
So the mission changed instantly.
Completely, the new priority. Our effort at this moment, my friends, is no longer to avoid war, but to avoid the use of nuclear and other weapons of maximum destruction. A shift from long-term re-education planning to immediate crisis intervention.
So they headed back fast, through the wormhole again.
Yep. That same jarring experience, the ship being literally spit out of the entanglement of energies precisely to the edge of the solar system.
And seeing Earth again from that distance.
Still that divine pearl. But the perspective after seeing those other worlds must have been intense.
And this return came with a final major revelation about Earth itself, didn't it?
A huge one. Earth is apparently undergoing a general re-urbanization. Not buildings, but spiritually, karmically. It's described as a separation between the wheat and the chaff. A time where men, Anunnaki, Greys, and a multitude of beings from space have intermingled to bring about the new man, the new humanity.
So it's like a planetary upgrade with cosmic help.
Seems like it. The source talks about star children returning silently while you sleep, hiding out among the lights of Jupiter or hidden in Saturn's rings or stationed in the moon's craters.
Why are they coming back now?
Two main reasons given. One, to rescue those who deserve to continue in the labor of their evolutionary struggles, those ready for the next step. And two, to remove from Earth those whom the world itself will expel from its interior. The ones who aren't aligned with this shift, the chaff from the earlier analogy.
So it really is a kind of cosmic sorting happening right here, right now, a massive intervention.
It points back to that universal law of cause and effect, doesn't it? Every action, every vibration, attracting consequences or opportunities for growth. It suggests the universe has this intricate balance of justice and evolution, operating on scales and timelines we can barely get our heads around.
We've covered so much ground today, way beyond everyday reality, the fabric of existence, cosmic justice, Earth's place in this huge interconnected universe.
Yeah, this deep dive really hammers home that what happens here on Earth matters. It echoes out there. Our choices, individual and collective, have real consequences unfolding in ways we probably can't even imagine.
It really makes you think, right? The source mentions, almost casually, everything the mind imagines exists somewhere in the universe. If that's true. What does that say about our own collective thoughts? The power of our consciousness? Are we maybe shaping future worlds, future realities, without even realizing it?
That's a powerful thought to leave things on.
Definitely something to mull over. Until our next deep dive.